I am going to bring up the amazing Bridget Quigg, who has created 5 one-woman shows that she performs in. She wrote. She has performed up and down the West Coast. Bridget is an author, a comedian, an improviser, and just an all-around creative genius. I'm her biggest fan.
And she's tall.
And she's very tall and athletic. Hello. And she went to Stanford. Okay, that's annoying. So, anyway, so we both had English degrees, but not from Stanford. Let's just be clear. Let's be clear about that. Okay, so I want to bring up the amazing Bridget Quigg. Woo!
Thank you, everyone. Another round of applause for the amazing Caitlin Duffy. I do love it. I love our Irishness. I have another friend named Shannon, and at one point I was talking to Shannon Duffy, Caitlin Duffy, and I'm Bridget Quigg. I was like, we should start a bar. That's what we should do. Car bombs and whiskey. All right. Well, welcome. Thank you all for coming. I know it's totally hilarious time, Sunday night. And this is a hilarious mic, but it's not that funny. Okay, I'm just checking where we're at. Perfect. All right. Thank you all for being here. I want to know, just to start off, you said it's so Seattle here. Who here is from Seattle? I don't need like that. I've been here 10 years. Okay, good. Very nice. You're the best. That's awesome. Who believes they are from Seattle because they've been here for more than 10 years? I know. You know what? You guys are actually really mentally healthy people. I think moving here is insane, and you did it. So good for you. You don't need sunshine to have joy. You have it inside, and that's cool. Just we from the Northwest don't know what it's like to be that happy, so we just stay. That's what we do. Weather's not that bad. All right. Who's new? Cuties. A little. Okay, we have a little new. Oh,
I'm not here.
Oh, you're visiting?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. That's cute. Oh, we have a new. Where are you from? Tanzania. Is that what you just said? Okay, you win. That was a really good answer. Wasn't expecting that. That's a really admirable choice. Okay. And then I want to ask. This is a very strong. Who's from the East Side? Woo! Okay. All right. Yeah, totally. All right. You're like in the war zone over here. You feeling safe? You okay? Okay, good. All right. I think it's hilarious, but it's very true. Pretty much everyone in Washington who lives outside Seattle is like, I have to go into Seattle. You know? I've got a gun, but I'm not going to use it, but I'm really scared. Traffic and scary people. I like the idea that when you go to Bellevue, though, don't you notice the difference? It's very different over there. It's like a different country a little bit. All this space, right? Things are clean. There is free parking downtown for a movie, which is just mind-blowing. You can just park your car and go in. I won't give away all my thoughts on that, but my stereotypical Bellevue person is rolling in a champagne Escalade. Okay, who's with me? Gas-powered. They have a cup of coffee in a paper cup because they do not bother to wash out a cup and reuse it because that takes time and they don't need to do that. They're probably wearing real comfortable clothes. They got the music turned up and they're like working on a real estate deal to create a new Walmart somewhere in Southwest Washington and make some serious bank. That's where they're at. That's their life. It's great. All right. Meanwhile, I think in Seattle, what you find is we're kind of really comfortable with being a little bit miserable, and we're just like, yeah, screw all of you. We're still concerned about the environment, right? So we're paying way lots of money for gas. We're $1 higher than Bellevue. Let's be honest, we are. We have a lot of taxes. We're really into recycling and composting. Like, we'll really go out of our way to serve Gaia. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we're at. And we're just kind of cool with the missing paint on the street, the hard time parking, a lot of glass in our tires, you know, stuff like that. We're like, it's cool, we live here. Okay, so I created a quiz, and you guys are gonna be involved. You seem to get the joke. And I'm gonna say like a Seattle type scenario versus a Bellevue type scenario. And I just need you to shout it out, which one is which. Are you with me? Okay, you'll get a hang of it. I was gonna have somebody come up and read these, but then it would get really difficult, and I'm gonna just do it myself. Okay, we're ready. All right. Big clean sidewalks that are very safe to walk on with no one using them versus pee-pee smell. All right, pee-pee smell, where are we? Okay, very good, all right. You guys are good at at this. All right. Cul-de-sacs where children ride bikes safely versus hipsters on fixies that spank your car and scream at you. Fixies, Seattle. That's right. Okay. I'll try to mix them up, but let's be real. I mean, isn't this so true? All right. And I live here, and I love it. I'm just saying. Okay. I'll try and. No, it's just. Yeah, okay. Constant guilt and self-flagellation and apologizing to Gaia. I've mentioned this. Not thinking too hard about the Earth. Bill, thank you. Do you guys have to name this second one? That's what we've decided. I just made up this game, so we're figuring it out. I couldn't figure out how to just like do it. So here we go. Okay, repeated attempts. You have to name what the second one is. Repeated attempts at militant veganism, or wishing your steak had more butter. Steak. That's right. That's true. Roost Chris, baby. All right. Clothing that matches and looks good on you and is attractive versus poor fitting secondhand clothing and garish patterns that absolutely do not match. Yeah! Okay, we're crushing this game. Am I right? I'm not picking on it, I'm just saying it's real. That's our look. Cellulite removal as a normal practice. Okay, let's be honest. Accepting our natural beauty as we age, but feeling a little pissed about it. Seattle! That's right, okay, we're doing great. All right, wearing high quality natural fabrics including cashmere and leather versus wearing recycled pop bottles. Seattle! That's right, we're so proud of it. We're like, I had none of this touch the earth. Okay, let's see. We're just gonna try a couple more. Oh yeah, this one. Not bothering with recycling all the time, just most of the time. Scrubbing hummus off a plastic container before recycling it. Yeah. We've all done it, and we're so proud. Who puts dirty things in the recycling? All right, let's try another one. Oh yeah. Okay, a let's be comfy in our 1,000 square foot living room attitude versus unhappiness is a sign that you're paying attention. Yeah, that's right. Okay, just a few more. Let's be real. All right, I do like this one. Having your gardener put some fun little tomato plants in the yard for your kids versus trying to grow heirloom tomatoes from seed to protect future generations from GMOs. Yeah, right. Jackasses. All right, and then finally, because we love this one, men not wearing socks because they don't look cute with their royal blue suede Gucci loafers. You know what I'm talking about. Men wearing socks, sometimes with sandals. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Are we so proud of ourselves? And I'm sorry to the Eastsiders if you're all offended. It was
Listen,
really.
I only resembled about half of those.
Okay. I believe you. And you're here on 15th Avenue in Seattle.
Where we have the genius taunt that goes, "Go home to Bellevue."
Have you said that to people?
Oh yeah, we grew up saying that.
I love it. Yeah. So I just go to Bellevue, to relax and go to a movie, and it's really nice. They also have reclining seats at the theater. I mean, come on. Okay, so thank you for playing with me. I'm going to get my extremely microscopic notes out, which is really helpful. Hold on, I have to reorganize them. There we go. All right. So while we're at it, want to give a shout out to Everett, Washington. Okay, Everett. Everett is where people live who can actually do things with their hands. And if we did not have Everett, both Bellevue and Seattle, our toilets would not work, our plumbing would be totally busted, our children would not be cared for, our cars would not be clean, and our lawns would not be mowed. I just want to give a shout out to Everett. I feel like it deserves it. Thank you. Everett. Every time we call someone for help, they're like, well, I'm up in Everett, but I can be down there in half an hour. You know what I mean? It's just, maybe Renton, but it's usually Everett. Renton's another. I totally get Rent, yeah. Everett, I feel more often, but it deserves, Renton deserves credit as well. I agree. Outside the city. Then if you're really in trouble, Summer Centralia comes and brings a truck and fixes your roof with some odd tile that only they have. Anyways, one thing about Seattle, though, that is a little frustrating right now, it's literally like you joke about it, but now it's gotten so much that it's just, I don't know. I think I've passed 40,000 orange cones in the last 6 months. Who's with me?
Yes.
So many orange cones. It's crazy. And it's like every day there's new ones. And I don't know what those yellow things they're putting at the end of the sidewalks are for. I'm happy to hear it. Does anybody know? they tear up every corner and put down the yellow thing. What is it? I get it's a ramp, which is good, but does the yellow thing like trigger something, or it's just how it's designed? Okay, good. So it's ramps, which I love. I'm all for that. I'm all for, actually, because sometimes I bike on the sidewalk, I'm really for that. Which is legal, by the way. But I do feel the orange cone thing is like a little distressing at a certain point, because one night I was going through the Montlake Cut. Okay, so I'm in Fremont. I'm often going to visit mom and sister over in the Madison Park area. So I do that drive across Montlake Bridge, and it's post midnight. Like I'm going late. It's like I just entered a video game. Okay, there's literally about 2,000 cones. Right? Nothing on the street that is painted makes any sense anymore. That's out. I'm by myself because everyone went home, and I'm like, holy shit, I think I'm in a video game. Like, I hope I survive. I was ready to like hit a cone and have robots with lasers going, you are out of the game, you are out of the game, because it was so intense, and I didn't know if I was going to do it right. So I weave my way through the orange cones, and I survive, which is nice. But I do look forward to the day when the paint makes sense and we get out of the orange cone zone. And I was in that situation, and I was also, have anybody thought of themselves, what if I was in a video game and I was a character? Has anybody ever thought about what character you would be? I have to ask, is it getting kind of warm, or is it just me?
No, it's good.
Just good, okay. Thanks, Sam. Sam is not a people pleaser. I knew that. That's why you can ask him things. All right, so I thought about myself in a video game. Side note from my experience in the cones. And I decided, does anybody know what video game character they might be called, or what they might be? Have you thought about this, anyone? Avatars. So I decided I would be tall girl, of course, like Caitlin has already mentioned 5 times. I am oddly tall. I've been this height since I was about 11, so it like really makes your life different, right? When you're about 6 feet at age 11. I was like, hi teacher, you're cute. I was almost as tall as my first grade teacher. That's not a joke. That's a mental shift, you know? So I decided tall girl would be obviously very tall, so her 2 superpowers are seeing out where other people cannot see. Okay, super useful in a video game. So I would see trouble coming. So you'd want tall girl on your team. So I'd be like, 25 bad guys on the left, let's go right. And then I would also be just super strong. And so I could just lift shit out of the way. That would be my job. I just would clear paths. You know what I mean? I'd find the path and then I'd clear it. But then every character has to have their weaknesses, right? So you have the thing that like, uh-oh, we have tall girl on our team. This is not gonna go well, okay? It would be a very specific game. But in this game, it would have to involve going to the mall and finding clothing. Okay, this would be where tall girl falls down. All right, tall girl, not going to score any points, and you're going to be bit. So I just was thinking about this, because when I go to the mall, I recognize, I was talking to my sister about this, it's like I literally mentally just shut down for about 90% of the time, right? Because it's like the entire women's shoes section, out. I'm not going there. I have a women's 13. It does not exist in most stores, so I just walk by. Most bracelets and necklaces, my wrists are too big, my neck's too big. Hats, forget it. That's a funny one though. If you want to just laugh, try and put a hat on this situation. So I've just spent my whole life, I want to say fan, like I'll go out shopping with my girlfriends, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute. Do you need it in a smaller size? I can go get that for you. Like that's, and I don't do clothing swaps. All right, that's another thing tall girl would not go to. She would not go to clothing swaps. But I was thinking about the other day, because I was at REI and I just wanted tennis shoes, right? So I walked by the women's section and just gazed longingly at pink tennis shoes, because I've never had them, but I thought they'd be fun. Although there's more colors now for men, so I'm really loving that. I just have to say that. I bought white tennis shoes with gold on them recently. So in the men's section, and I'm expecting to find my typical brown, gray, and black. Those are the typical colors I have to choose from. And this guy's kind of joking with me. He's like, what are you doing over here? I was like, just heard him order an 11, right? For himself. Which means my feet are larger than his feet. Anyways, we had this funny interchange where I was basically like, I definitely belong here. And he was like, no you don't, you should be over there. Anyways, I let him know that my feet were actually larger than his, and he just kind of shrunk and walked away. And another example of this is when I go and visit friends, and most of my friends, I can't borrow their clothes because they're adorably smaller than me. And so what happens is, if I forget a coat or a pair of shorts, God forbid shoes, or like a t-shirt, I've heard this so many times, honey, do you have a shirt that Bridget could borrow? Because she forgot one. That is like 90% of my trips to my friend's house. And it's so funny how the husbands and boyfriends respond kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, no, totally, that's cool. It's like so weird for them. And then I went to work one day. I used to always bike, well, when I worked downtown, I would bike, walk, run, and rollerblade. Have you ever rollerbladed to work? If you want to know, I know you guys are like, that's so weird, I don't even want to laugh. But it's really fun, it's a little dangerous. So I would go from the Central District down to the International District, and you are literally risking your life because there's really steep hills and it's really hard to brake. But it was fun that way. So I get to work, and I have rollerbladed there. Okay, totally awesome. My sister's in pain. She's like, this is you. And standing there in my sweaty socks and realize, no shoes. Didn't bring shoes. Shoeless, Bridget Quigg. At this little tech company in Pioneer Square. There's probably about 150 of us. And one of my girlfriends catches on. She's like, oh, you don't have shoes? And I was like, no. She's like, how big are your feet? And I was like, she's like very direct sales. She's in Sam's non-people pleaser quality. She's like, how big are your feet? And I'm like, women's 13. And she's like, oh, okay. Gets on the email, and she's like, so if a dude, like, she's like, do you need men's shoes? And I'm like, yes, I need men's shoes. She writes this really direct and aggressive email to all the men in the company. And I'm sitting there going, okay, this is gonna apply to about 10 of them. 4 guys arrive at my desk. One has a pair of basketball shoes he was going to play in that evening. All of these men are at least 6'4", and it's so cute because they come up and they're just kind of carrying their shoes. Kind of like, this is weird, but I got these size 13s. Anyways, I ended up borrowing a pair of sandals, but just to say, being tall has its quirks, and it can be a little awkward, but luckily people want to help me, and that's nice. So I know, you guys are also polite. It's just being double German. I can't help it. Plus Irish. All right. So on the topic of being a tall girl, and I'm going to play a song in just a minute, but it can be a little tough when you're 20 and you're starting to try into the dating world and you're like just so tall, right? Because you're not hitting the same mark as the other girls. It just doesn't seem to flow in the same way. So I read a bunch of books, all right? I was like, I need to understand men. That's what I need to do. That's my solution to everything. I'll just read a book about it. So I learned to not expect men to talk about their feelings that much. Okay, so I let that go. And then I learned that a lot of times, do girls know this that date men? Sometimes on a first date, if they like you, they want to like tell you all about themselves to get it off their chest so they know going forward that you actually know who they are and that you trust them enough to like actually, do you know this quality? It's a very lovely thing. It's happened to me, yes. They will do it. They will confess everything, like they went to jail, whatever. They want you to know now so you can like deal with it later, honestly. So the other thing I learned is that there was this very hippy-dippy book I read, and the woman was all about drawing him in, right? You want to draw him in. You want to make room for him. She literally suggested clearing out space in half of your closet, in half of your shelves, in your shower for him to put his stuff, so you could like draw him in and make room for him. I stopped on that one, by the way, because can you imagine as a man coming, you're like, oh, this girl's really cool. Maybe we'll go back to her place. That'll be cool. You know, it's like so exciting. You start looking around, you're like, are you in a cult? Like, what's up with all the empty space? And like the girl would be like, how does that make you feel? Welcome. So I didn't do that. But on the order of things that work well, sometimes for women with men versus not, I remember first hearing some of Adele's songs. Okay, Adele, awesome. Pretty vulnerable, pretty much putting it out there, very strong feelings, right? And I was like, I don't think Adele read the books. I think she skipped a few chapters in the books because she is sharing a lot of feelings. I'm just putting it out there. And so her song Hello is one of my favorites, and it also is one of the most like, you know, I called you 1,000 times, you're never home. You know, and you're like, I don't think that's gonna work out, Adele. I think that one's over. Okay. So I went ahead and added some color to that song. And tonight I'm looking for a male volunteer who would like to answer me as I sing the Adele song. I have written your part, so there's no fail. I just need a dude voice to just give the guys a chance to just say, hey, I'm not that interested anymore, but thank you. Okay, here's the thing about volunteering at a comedy show. You'll never forget it. I can't say you're gonna like it, but you will remember this day for the rest of your life if you just come up here and hang out with me. Oh, all right! Let's hear it for Dan. Hey, Dan the man, I'm loving you right now. I've got lyrics for you. I'm gonna see, and I like that attitude.
Do I have to sing?
No, you're just talking. So you're gold. Don't tell anyone yet, but you can kind of see where we're going. So just
I'm
deadpan.
bold, so I'm bold.
You're bold, italicized, and I'm the other. You are just you're just answering a very deadpan fashion. Thank you, Caitlin. And I am going to sing it for you. And it's going to be beautiful.
You all are gonna like this.
This is some good stuff.
Get a little preview.
Yeah. All right. So Fidel actually had the guy pick up the phone is the topic of this song. Hello,
Oh no,
it's me.
I know.
I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet
No, not really.
to go over everything.
Oh, hell no.
I forgot. They say that time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing.
I'm not comprehending.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear that I can, in fact, hear you.
I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be.
That's too bad. I'm in California hitting it with ladies in bikinis, and I really hope I don't run into you.
When we were younger and free.
I'm still feeling pretty rad.
I've forgotten what it felt. I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet.
Again, I'm not comprehending.
There's such a difference between us.
I understood that one, and I can say that's very true.
And a million miles.
Unfortunately, actually, it may only be 10 miles.
Hello from the other side.
You're getting more weird.
Sorry, I have to find the words. I keep giggling. I must have called 1,000 times.
I know, it's been awful.
Tell you I'm sorry for breaking. Oh wait, no, that's not the line. Tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done.
Hey, I'm cool. Lots of closure over here.
When I call you, never seem to be home.
Yes, that's because I'm avoiding you.
Hello from the other side. At least I can say that I tried.
Please stop. Stop trying.
To tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it's clear it don't matter. Doesn't tear you apart anymore.
Hey, you're catching on. I feel a rush of hope.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all done.
Oh, there it is. I'm not even 10 out of 10 on delivery. You owned that. That was amazing. All right. So that's my thought I have in my head every time I hear that song. So I just hello. Oh no. That's totally what it is. It's me. I know. All right. Actually, I'm gonna keep this here. All right. Because some of you have seen my shows, but not all of you, and I had a wonderful experience recently of recognizing there's a whole generation of the youth who's heard none of my material. They're like, oh, the pre-pandemic. They were 18 when it started, and now they're going out, and they're fresh meat, which is great. So I decided tonight to bring back a song I played over the years called the Barista Song. So who's heard the Barista Song? Oh, this is yeah, right? My sister, you don't count. Okay, so I wrote this song because I spent several years as a barista, and I found myself analyzing what people's drinks said about their personality, where they're at, their life. Okay, are you a barista? No, this is a very responsive audience. What's your name?
Kaya.
Kaya, I'm going to bring you everywhere because everything I said, you're like, oh yes, and I know. Yes, that's great. Thank you for sharing that.
Thing from earlier.
I really like it. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel loved. All right.
Count it on validation.
Yeah, Kaya wins. All right, so you can maybe find yourself in this song or not. Who's a coffee drinker? Okay, majority, let's be real. Proudly not a coffee drinker. Oh, okay, she didn't raise her hand. I was like, who are you? How did you get in here? All right, so yeah. As long as I had the guitar in my hand, I thought I'd do it. Let me see. What is the opening right here? This is where my sister is great because she brings me the actual lyrics. That's real. Yeah, I was right. Okay, got it. Baristas are moody, so we have to start in a minor. In walks the CEO double espresso. I know. After him, the soccer mom, foamy sweet and not too strong. After her, the teenage kid, he'll drink anything with sugar in it. Next up, my mom decaf Americano, 'cause it's no fun. I am your barista, and I know what you think. I analyze your order while I make up your drink. A cup to cope with your life. It's tough out there, it's true. I am your barista, and I am watching you. Espresso is for energy. Get things done, dot those I's, cross those T's. Milk is like a big hug. Just jump in that mug and cuddle up. Syrups reveal your personality. Sugar-free vanilla says, I'm so blonde and skinny. Smart brunettes choose hazelnut. And if you like cherry syrup, yo, that's just messed up. I am your barista, and I know what you think. I analyze your order while I make up your drink. A cup to cope with your life. It's tough out there, it's true. I am your barista, and I am watching you. Breve says, devil may he care. Didn't shower, not wearing underwear. 4 shots means a lot to do. Responsibilities, your life is a zoo. Soy milk tells me you're uptight. Things just so, not much of a nightlife. Or dairy issue, I totally get it. Dark mocha is sophisticated joy, and if you like white mocha, your inner child is a teenage boy. I am your barista, and I know what you think. I analyze your order while I make up your drink. A cup to cope with your life. It's tough out there, it's true. I am your barista, and I am watching you. Sometimes I want to tell people the truth. Hey, skinny mocha guy, you look amazing in that suit. Frappuccino lady, way to give yourself a treat. And single shot latte, you are solid on 2 feet. If you want to know what I choose, I'm a decaf drip because my life is a snooze. Spend all day making drinks behind the bar, but I was born to be a Seattle music star. I am your barista, and I know what you think. I analyze your order while I make up your drink. A cup to cope with your life. It's tough out there, it's true. I am your barista, and I am watching you. Thank you. Does anybody relate to any of the barista's observations? Anybody want to talk about it? No? Anybody been hurt by the soy milk comment? Is that a little too close to home? Just saying, that's the scrub the hummus off the container crowd right there. Just papers here. Okay. Give me one moment to reorient myself. There we go. All right. Still loving Dan, who's saying with me, and Dan gets points. Don't worry, there's more moments for volunteers. You don't have to be the only one, Dan. There'll be more of them. Oh yeah. So, I made an observation, and I want to see if I'm right. What do you guys think about this? Have you noticed a little bit of a pattern where people who are naming things like a business or like a new shop or something like that, they just drop the vowels? It's a cool word. Anyone else with me on this?
Yes.
So I remember when this started, the word maker, M-A-K-E-R, was a cool word. Like in tech, you are a maker. Then they cut the E and made it maker, just like M-A-K-R. Everybody's like, wow, it's totally cool. Like it was very cool to be a maker. And people would literally put on their LinkedIn without the E, because that's what you did apparently. So I want to explore this idea. We're gonna work with this a little bit. Okay, I have a whiteboard. So, I'm Bridget. How could I make Bridget more cool? We're gonna go through some of the rules, all right? Bridget. 2 vowels, not cool. Okay, let's fix that. Right. So that's a cooler version. We're getting somewhere, okay, Bridget? So you can kind of pronounce it, but you're kind of not sure. That's part of the ethos. You want to be like, not sure, okay?
That's proper
You can go
Irish.
further. What's that?
That's proper Irish.
There we go. Totally. Yeah, we're pretty close there. So you can take one of the consonants, this is the next rule, and you can swap it for another consonant. They kind of put you in the same zone phonetically, but isn't quite right. Okay, watch this. This is what I would do. You could do that, right? Bridget? Okay, now kind of more Irish, you just got more Irish, perfect. Okay, and then if you want, you can reinsert vowels with totally made up umlauts that maybe have a sound or don't. Is anybody with me on this?
Yes.
Like coffee shops, it's like coffee,
Yes.
and then it has like an A with an umlaut, and you're like, you don't even know what language you're speaking. Okay, so I'm just gonna do like a U with an umlaut and make it kind of Norwegian. Bridget, is that cool? Did I do it? I mean, look at this process. This is brilliant. That's a B, U, umlaut, GGT. There you go. Okay, so it's fun. Thank you. I'll be opening that coffee shop next week. Okay. All right. So we're gonna work with this. I have a few names of local companies that I think we can improve. All right, they're a little too boring. Does anybody want to work with me on this project of renaming some companies? Do we have any other English majors out there? Life is short.
Kaya. No, not Kaya.
Sometimes when you volunteer, you have more fun in life than when you don't volunteer. Because volunteering is for fun people. That's what fun people do. They volunteer. Dan already did. Dan, how was volunteering?
It was awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have more fun.
He had more fun. Do you see? He's wearing Madras shirt. I mean, this guy's fun. There's a lot going on over there. All right. Oh, come on. God damn it.
volunteer.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, Tracy.
Yes.
Okay, come on over here. Okay, you are now the owner of the white. Well, kind of. I'm going to start you up.
We're co-owners.
We're calling. She's from Bellevue. She's very nice. Did you notice that? She
She's
doesn't like.
Microsoft.
I just want to clarify I'm from Redmond.
Oh, sorry. See, and that's different. She lives in the trees. That's fair. I respect that. I respect that. On a cul-de-sac, but it's okay. I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous. Okay, we're gonna start with your friend. Now, I did this one, and I'm gonna tell you what I came up with. You work here, right?
As of
Microsoft.
tomorrow, no. So,
Oh gosh,
yeah.
let's hand it out for Tracy. Okay, so clearly we've got some vowels that we need to eliminate, but let's just work from there. Okay, Tracy, what are you thinking?
Think of this one.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, she's keeping the eye. She might adjust it though.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'll take the hammer code.
Yeah, we're
doing
good.
this.
Okay, so any consonants do you think you could? Yeah, we can make suggestions. Sam.
Yeah.
No, I just thought it reads like Mick Ross.
Microsoft.
Mick.
But
Mick Ross.
how would you feel about like making the C a K, for example, or making this a PH? Or do you think about it? Anything?
Yeah, I think, well.
Oh, we left the
I
O,
like
didn't we? That's
We
okay.
did. We can take that out.
Yeah, that's the first rule. Okay, we're gonna go from here. Okay. So Microsoft.
Microsoft. Yes. Yeah, you could do PH.
Okay, let's try PH. Okay. I like Tracy because she's taking all of my suggestions.
Yes, of course. Any other suggestions
You
from
could
the
throw in a
crowd?
silent H. That would be another cool thing to do. Any allotted vowels? Yes, sir.
Upside down apostrophe between the R and the S to reflect the New Amish people who.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh no, I followed that. We can do it. Yeah. I love that. Okay, this is
He
very
should
cool.
have been the volunteer.
So upside down. Yeah, I know what you're.
No, but I wanted to have gender balance because.
Okay, yeah.
I'm from Seattle.
Well, with great respect, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know what I've seen. Okay, we're doing it better. All right, that was not proper at all, but I hope we did that with respect. I meant it. Okay, and then anything else? I'm doing it. Microsoft. Okay, I think this is an improvement. I think we should tell them right away. What do you think?
Yes,
Is this good?
yes.
Okay. All right, good. Call up Sanjay and get him on it. Okay, so let's do another one. Oh yeah,
Satya.
obviously. Oh, didn't we have a suggestion? Maybe a neighborhood in Seattle or a company? Okay, I was gonna go straight to Amazon just because. Amazon, so many vowels. Oh, you can do what you want with them. Any ideas? Okay. Amazon.
That sounds like sophisticated.
That does. It does, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
like quicker and sharper, which is often the result.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you feel about something like Amazon?
But med
So miss. Meh. I'm sorry. Yeah, totally. And we could just do some sort of a
Put dots or
thing or
something
something.
over
Yeah,
it.
totally. I'm sorry. There we go. That looks like a coffee shop to me, but it's actually Amazon. What do we think? Do we like it? Okay. I'm giving you one more, Tracy. This is your moment. Actually, I'm sorry.
I'm not the English major.
You're doing great. I just want to thank you.
I
for
just
being
thought I was
here.
going to hold your whiteboard.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't tell you the deal. The deal was you have to do some
Erase
things.
vowels.
But it's okay. Yeah, you have to erase vowels. Okay. I was going to do Bellevue or Fremont, or the Seahawks. Which one would you like? Seahawks. People love the Seahawks, or they don't. I don't know. Okay. Seahawks. Well, let's get the crowd involved. What are we going to do? Okay. C.
C to a C. Yeah.
I'm loving that move. That's good.
Oh.
Shocks, baby. Oh, we might have it right there.
Yeah.
A dash. Do you want a dash? Okay.
Yeah.
C.
Ooh.
Oops.
Line over the A.
A line over the. Oh, I love it. Yes. Oh, I love that. That's
Yeah.
very good. Seahawks. What's that?
Did you try an A?
UX.
AUX.
AUX.
Ooh,
Or
I
H.
like that.
H.
What if we did A?
U.
Seahawks.
It's a Jewish holiday.
It's totally. I love it. Everybody's having some. Oh, I don't know how on this day. Okay, good. That's pretty rad, actually. I really like that. Okay. Tracy, I'm gonna let you sit down. Let's give it for way beyond the Call of Duty. You didn't even know what it was. You just took it, and I like you for that. All right. All right, so that was my idea of what we could do. If you need help with that, I'm really into it. So just call me, because I can do that for hours. I think it's really entertaining. All right, so we only have a little bit of time left. Let me check on that. Oh yeah, perfect. All right, so a little more Seattle for you, because I think it's fun to talk about Seattle, because we're all here. I'm not going to say it's my sister, even though it's my sister. Has had a long history of hanging out with what used to be a part of Seattle, which was kind of your living on the edge of society, hippy dippy, you know. I don't want to participate in Seattle, like in society kind of crowd. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're gonna make their own home and put it. This is not like a I couldn't work or something, but they're fighting the system at all times. Okay, so definitely on either really raw vegan or like into raw meat, right? Like it's whatever it is like on the edge. Okay, and so these are people she dates, let's be honest. And so I decided I'd hung out with the co-op enough times and I'd seen enough of these people, and I do love them, and they're totally awesome because they're not just saying yes to everything, which I totally love. They're often very intelligent, and they're like, this is broken, so I'm gonna do it my way. All right, so I'm gonna sing a song about them one moment. Okay. So one of the goals is to basically not pay rent, not pay taxes, find your food in garbage cans, stuff like that, you know, for freedom. So that's what that is. So I call it Living Free in Seattle. That's the name of the song. And I think you'll recognize it, and I have to say though, sadly, in my opinion, a lot of these people have gone away because it's actually too hard even to live like free in Seattle. So that's just the case. All right. But here it is, Living Free in Seattle. Have no shampoo, cause I have blonde dreads. I don't need it. Okay, I'm sorry. She started giggling. I don't need a comb when I pop out of bed. My bed's not a bed, it's just really hay. And hey, I'm totally cool if you're totally gay. Oh, SCATTLE. I like living on the edge of society. OEMERALD. I enjoy making fermented mushroom tea. Kombucha! Cardboard and duct tape make up my home. I live in Volunteer Park right next to a gnome. I meditate, stay relaxed, and there is no way I'm paying federal income tax. Warmongers, SCATTLE. I am in you, and you are in me. OEMERALD. There are healing powers in everyone's pee. It's true, look it up. People say my clothes smell funny, that's because I preserve them all with raw honey. My girlfriend never shaves her legs, and we both cry together when we see plastic bags. S-C-A-T-T-L-E. I have dreams of living in a maple tree. O-E-M-E-R-A-L-D. I have a lotus flower tattooed on my knee. It's for stepping into new beginnings and infinite possibilities. I dive in dumpsters for overripe fruit. I wear a Value Village 3-piece suit. I've met this person. The clothes, the pants are too short, and I'm too thin, but at $7, I'm calling that a secondhand win. O-S-C-A-T-T-L-E. I hang out at the co-op to see and be seen. O-E-M-E-R-A-L-D. I love you all. Good night. Namaste. Do you remember or know any of these people? Am I just not? Do you guys know these people? Yeah.
Yes.
They're on the edge of society, but they're very inspiring, and I'm sort of sad, but I think they're all in Bellingham now. Just so you know, that's where they're in Bellingham. Okay, you live there, so you've met them. Okay, good, yeah. Like the whole cardboard box and duct tape makes up my home is actually because they like build a geodesic structure. You know what I mean? It's interesting because they're thinking about things. All right, so we're right near the end of our time, I believe, and I'm going to double check. Okay, yeah. I want to acknowledge Caitlin again, and I want to say thank you to all you guys for coming out. You're all wonderful. We hope you had a fun time, and we might do this again, which would be really fun. And if, yeah, totally. We might even make it a space for up-and-coming comics of other kinds. Caitlin's like, don't give them any time.
No,
Caitlin wants all the time, I
No,
understand.
no. I was just saying that I fall in that category.
Oh, you're doing great. We're all learning, aren't we? That's what we're doing in life. We're all learning. All right, but I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Ada's, and Jake is no longer here, bless his soul, but he was great. They were great doing the drinks. And oh, there, let's give it up. We have the space a little longer if you want another drink, if you want to mingle and hang out. We're here for another half an hour, just packing it up. Sherry on video. Let's
Thank
give a
you.
hand to. And it's my friend Sam's birthday tomorrow, so let's give him a hand. All right, Caitlin and I will be hanging around, and I'd love to meet more of you, so thank you for coming.
Oh,
Caitlin, come up and say. Oh, she has
I was
one.
just going to say, because I'm Bridget's, I've always been her unpaid PR person.
Oh,
so,
that's right, I forgot.
So, she has these things about her intuition class, and I know at least one person. I've taken it. Sarah Hood has taken it. It's awesome. So I just had to put a plug in for that, because Bridget and I didn't talk about the other thing we have in common, which is our woo-woo vibes.
We're totally woo-woo. Yeah. I actually wrote that song about myself. Yeah, that class is in Fremont on Mondays in May. If you want to come do it at the Sea Level Yoga Studio upstairs, if anybody wants to take an intuition class on Monday nights.
That one's Seattle.
That's so Seattle. What did you say? That's so Seattle?
Oh, if we're choosing, that one's
Oh
Seattle.
yeah, that's totally. You're hired. I love all of you. Okay, to Caitlin Duffy, come on up here. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.